Hello and welcome to Market House, the podcast where we talk all things Disney. My name's Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this week we play a fun round of Name That Tune.
And we share our least favorite rides at Disney's California Adventure. Let's dive in.
All right, and this is episode number 153.
Welcome back, as always, everybody.
Welcome back. It has been kind of an eventful week.
Very festive.
Very festive. So a lot of stuff has happened. Number one, we have taken down all of the Halloween decorations in the house. So got rid of those November 1st.
We had a great Halloween, though.
Yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we got to talk about Halloween.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm going a little too fast for you guys here. So Halloween. What do we do?
Oh, wow.
We dressed up as, Maddie dressed up as Boo.
From Monsters, Inc.
From-
And then Caleb was Sully, and I was Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, I mean, pretty low effort.
Just t-shirts.
Just t-shirts.
We
Okay.
had fun.
We have baby steps. We'll graduate into the full-on costumes eventually.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to get Maddie even remotely liking a costume because she did not like wearing the Boo costume.
And again, I don't really blame her because it was one of those like wraparound costumes because it had the hood, obviously, because Boo has like the little eye hood that she wears. And I think it was just a little too like...
It was a little constricting for her.
Yeah.
And
So I don't blame her.
yeah, so she hated the hood on. So we left that off most of the time. And then, poor thing, we bought this at, it was the Pottery Barn Kids version.
Yeah.
So it looks awesome. It looks really good. It's nice and thick. It doesn't feel cheap or anything. But the design, guys, let's talk about this. They have like little fake teeth in the hood area,
Mhm.
the neckline,
Yeah.
right? Because she's supposed to look like a monster. That's it's movie accurate. I get
Right.
it. But what they made it out of is super like sharp.
It was sharp.
And so it was like cutting her neck up, not cutting it up, but just making it really red. And I was like, what kind of stupid thing? So I ended up cutting half of them
Right.
off because I didn't want them like getting around her. So long story short, it just, she lasted maybe 45 minutes in it and we took off. So
That's fine.
but it was fun.
We got some pictures.
we got pictures, we got some video. My parents ended up coming over and
Mhm.
helped hand out candy and hung out with us. We expected a lot of kids because there's a lot of young families in our neighborhood,
Mhm.
which is awesome. And people really go all out and decorate, like they have to spend thousands decorating their homes. Looks amazing. So we assumed this is going to be insane. So I bought a ton of candy, but we got a little less than expected,
Yeah.
which is fine. We had extra candy. So now we have candy for the next year
I feel like we received more trick-or-treaters than what we're used to.
for sure.
But again, like Caleb mentioned, with all of the decorations in this neighborhood, it's literally the most decorated neighborhood I've ever lived in.
So that is a great segue into the next conversation, which is we have already started decorating for Christmas.
Yes.
So we're one of those families that decorates right on November. The first week of November usually falls within there.
Especially with the weather.
Yeah, it like dropped a lot here.
It's
so
cold.
It's chilly for us. It's like mid 60s, low 60s during the day, and then like 40s at night. So it is getting a little cold. And so we're really embracing that time to decorate before our trip so we can come home to a decorated home. So I'm not having to speed up and do that. So we consider ourselves early decorators. We love it. We love the Christmas season. We love having them up for 2 months because it's a lot of work and I want to enjoy
For sure.
the decorations, right? I don't understand doing it for only 1 month, but hey, more power to you if you do that after Thanksgiving. So we're doing that, but we went on a walk a couple nights ago. We've got some competition because I'm like, hey, we've got a big trip coming up. I'm going to give myself a little grace and say, I'm not going to put the lights up yet. I'm going to wait until we get home.
And backstory, if you are new to the podcast, hello. But I wanted to mention, Caleb, we normally go all out for like Christmas. Like the entire house on the outside is decorated literally from top to bottom. The inside is all decorated. Like it's to the T. Like there's just decor everywhere. So I wanted to go into that because people
Yeah.
were like, you're just not putting lights.
No. We'll put lights up. It's just, it takes a lot of time. So
Yeah.
I'm like, we got a lot going on. I'll wait until we get home to do the outside, but the inside will get done. So we're walking and there's a house down the street. It is beautiful.
Stunning.
It is already done. The lights are up. They've got these like really pretty decorations in the yard and like these light up things that line up. This guy has a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
And in the front yard, and then they've got like another Tesla in the garage. So looks like they got a little bit of money.
And they have a gigantic wreath hanging on their
Yes.
I almost said on their couch on their house.
We did not walk inside uninvited.
No, we didn't.
No, it is on their house. It is really, really, really pretty.
Mhm.
Can't say the same about the Cybertruck. That thing's weird looking, but the house is gorgeous. And I just am like, holy smokes, I can't compete with that.
Yeah.
He did have a sign up. I think it was either him that did it and he's advertising his own decorating services,
Yeah.
or someone did it and I'm going to call them and ask if they'll
Caleb's very excited.
do our house, because it looked that good that I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll pay to have someone do it this year.
Yeah.
If they come back with some absurd amount, then I'll be like, nope, I'll be sloping it up there myself. But
yeah, I'm excited to see everything up, but I do think it'll be great to have everything done on the inside prior to the trip, because once we come back from our trip, our little one, her birthday party, there's family coming in. So it's just going to be
it's going to be a lot.
Crazy.
So if you don't know, we have a little one. She's 11 months old. We're going for her first, we have a big birthday trip. How do I say this? Her first birthday trip.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got all my side of the family's going on a Disney World / Disney cruise trip.
Mm-hmm.
And we leave
soon
this week. As you're hearing this, we leave this week. So it's going to be fun. It's a lot of prep involved. I was running around half of town today, picking up stuff. So it's going to be good. And we also got some Christmas orders in on Shop Disney, or Disney Store, sorry. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Before we dive into today's show, hey, we have a Patreon, markethousepodcast.com/support. You can head over there for exclusive content and bonus episodes. And it's a great way to support the show. And hopefully we're improving for you guys every week. And you guys make that possible over there. Consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, both a huge help to the show. We also have a ability to share with a friend. How do I say that? You should share this with a friend.
Yeah.
Everyone has the ability to do that. We don't have an exclusive tool from Apple, but you can just copy the link or share the episode, whatever you're listening on, Spotify, what have you. And if they like Disney, if they like Christmas, send them the show.
And by the way, speaking of sending things regarding the show, thank you so much to all of you who reach out immediately Monday morning and tell us you're already listening. All those early risers that listen, I love you guys.
Thank you.
We always get I'm listening right now, or I already listened, and we're getting like, hey, I love this about this part of the episode. So again, as we said 400 times, that truly makes our day. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you. All right, before we dive into the next, we have one segment, and then the main segment. But before I dive into both of those, we have a little announcement to make, so let's do that.
Yes.
All right, time for the big announcement.
Yes.
Which most of you probably won't be surprised if you've been around for a while, but every year, this time of year, November, the month of thanks, we want to be thankful for what we have.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, we like to give back. And so we like to shine a spotlight on a charity that we're passionate about, and hopefully you are too, and raise some money for them, because that's just a good thing to do.
Yeah.
We love doing it, and hopefully you can partner up with us and do that again this year. You guys were amazing last year.
Seriously.
And we beat our goal, went over above and beyond. And so you guys are amazing for doing that. So again, if you can take part this year, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be raising money for Give Kids the World Village again, because we love that organization. They do a lot of good work. Let me read kind of the official description of what they do over there. Give Kids the World Village is an 89-acre nonprofit storybook resort in Central Florida. Here, children with critical illnesses and their families are treated to a week-long, cost-free vacation. They've welcomed more than 177,000 children and families from all 50 states and 76 countries. So they're doing some amazing work. It's like they give them a week, like they mentioned, a week-long vacation. They get to go to Universal and Disney World. And then when they're at the village, they get they basically say, we try not to say no the entire week.
Yeah.
So they have like a cookie truck thing that drives around the village. If they want cookies for breakfast, they get cookies for breakfast. If they have an ice cream shop on site. If they want to go get ice cream at 2 a.m, they can go get ice cream at 2 a.m. So it is just a really cool organization, and the work they do is amazing.
Especially for this time of year too. I just want to mention that with giving back, we're very thankful for like what we have. But when you think of these families who are dealing with a little one or even an adult child with critical illness, I can't imagine going through something like that, let alone the expense and the emotional just whirlwind that you go through. And so being able to help out with this type of an organization is truly amazing. And again, giving not only the kids something to look forward to, just a week of fun and a week of yes, but also a week of just giving the parents a break and just being together as a family. They're able to do some fun, like Caleb mentioned, Disney stuff. Like that is probably so amazing for them. And I know we think, oh, vacation, yeah, it's just a week. But I'm like, for them, like that's a big deal. So
Yeah.
that's why we're so excited to do this one. And that's how we ended up doing this one again. So it's one of those things where if you are able to, again, we're going to get into more details and there's going to be all the information is going to be on Instagram as of today.
Yeah, so go to Market House Podcast, our Instagram, and Caitlin will have all the details, how much we're raising, the goal, and how to give.
Yes. So again, when you think of giving, we're not asking you to spend $100, $200. Even if it's $5, we appreciate literally anything.
Yep,
Everything
exactly.
that's donated goes to Give Kids the World. We're not getting a cut out of this or anything like that.
No,
So,
on Instagram, like they service it all, so it's all legit. They take care of it all and the processing, all that good stuff. So it's a great feature. We
Yeah.
love that Instagram offers that, so we
Mhm.
can raise money. So again, like Caitlin mentioned, any amount is amazing. Some folks went above and beyond and gave a very generous amount of money last year. Some people gave $5. Whatever you can afford. I know is an expensive time of year. Thanksgiving, all that food's expensive. You've got Christmas around the corner. Totally understand that. Just everyone's kind of demanding their finances right now. But if you can set aside a couple bucks to help this amazing organization, it would mean the world to us, and I'm sure them.
and in addition, if you are willing, we would love for you to share the post over on Instagram to get the word out as well. If you have any friends, family, or followers on Instagram or even Facebook, wherever you see this post, we would greatly appreciate sharing so we can get the word out.
Exactly. All right. Join us over there, Market House Podcast, to get the information for our fundraiser for Give Kids the World. All right. It's time for Name That Tune. Almost forgot how we're supposed to do that.
I know.
We've been a little spotty on the Name That Tune, but we're back with it this week and talking about the songs that we can never recognize.
I know, it's hard.
If you're new to the show, basically this segment, we guess the Disney song by just reading off a couple of lines of lyrics. So we're not going to hum it. We're not going to play the actual song. Like I've mentioned, I can't afford the rights to these songs and I don't want to get sued by Disney. So we're not going to play any clips from it. We're just going to read off the lyrics, a couple lines, and the other person has to guess.
I'm
so you
ready.
can play along at home. We ask each other 2 songs, but you have a chance to win, or I guess get all 4. And you don't win anything, just bragging rights.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'll ask you first this week.
Okay.
It's been a little while. The first one is, I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away.
Into the unknown.
Oh, Frozen
Adele
2.
Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem.
Just kidding. I love that song.
Adina Menzel.
I used to not like that movie and you got me hooked.
Okay, so yeah, first watch through, we actually watched it with family at the theaters, back when you used to go to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
I think it came out around Christmas. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
right? Because I remember the whole crew went. And you walked out going, I was underwhelmed. It wasn't that good. Then we watched it at home and I converted you.
Yeah.
It is a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's
Not as good as
definitely-
one, but it's still great.
Yeah.
Okay. That was kind of an easy one. Number 2 is, the water's always changing, always flowing. But people, I guess, can't live like that. We all must pay a price to be safe. We lose our chance of ever knowing.
Colors of the Wind.
Incorrect.
Wait, hold on. Just Around the River Man?
Yes.
By Pocahontas?
Yes, by the performing artist, Pocahontas. Good job. I mean, do you get that point? You guessed it wrong. I will give you the point.
Okay.
Good
geez,
job.
At least half.
I'm trying to be hard on you this week. All right. 1.5
All right.
points. Good job.
Are you ready?
No, but here we go.
All right. First up. Where the crowds would cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, this is where I'm meant to be.
Hercules.
Yes.
Go the distance.
Correct.
Let's go.
You get an extra point if you know who it's by.
Michael Bolton.
Correct.
Come on.
But you're still getting one
Love
point.
Michael Bolton.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. This one's a little tricky. And cheerfully together, we can tidy up the place. So hum a merry tune. It won't take long where there's a song to help you set the pace.
Mary Poppins?
No, very close.
What?
I guess same tune, but no, it's not.
Very close.
It's not.
It's another one.
It's not Mary Poppins.
It sounds like something she'd say, though.
I'll
Like,
keep going.
we have a song and we can clean.
And as you sweep the room,
Snow White?
Yes.
Whistle While You Work?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay. I knew it was between
okay.
those two. I was going to say Whistle While You Work, but then it kind of messed me up because, I don't know, I got Mary Poppins vibes from it.
Bummer. It's a bummer that you said that the second time. So only a half point, which
I'm
means
gonna
we
s-
tied.
We tied.
Yes.
I mean, kind of.
How?
I mean, I got the Michael Bolton question, so I should technically win.
Technically, you did win because
That's
I
okay.
did say.
No, it's all right. We both tied. Hopefully, you got a perfect score because I feel like all 4 of those were a little easier than what we're used to. But this game's really hard, so we had to kind of soften it a little bit. All right, and that brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is the worst California adventure rides.
Mm-hmm.
And by that, I mean our least favorite list. Sounds more dramatic when I say the worst rides
Yeah.
at California Adventure.
Yeah.
Feels a little clickbaity, but that is the world we live in. So we're going to talk about this. We talked about Disneyland's worst rides like a month ago, end of September. So go back and listen to that if you're interested in Disneyland's, our list of Disneyland's, gosh, I can't say it. Our list of least favorite rides at Disneyland.
There you go.
There we go. And so now we're going to talk about California Adventure. Again, this is all in good fun. I'm not saying these rides are bad by any means. It's just our least favorite for that land. So we're going to go through every single land in California Adventure, pick our least favorite, and tell you why.
Let's do it.
Hopefully play along at home. You can let us know what your least favorite are over on Instagram, and we'll tell you if we agree or not.
Or markethousepodcast.com.
Or .com. Here we go.
Okay.
I wish I was born with like that radio commercial voice.
I feel like you have a commercial voice.
No, gosh, no, I don't.
I feel like I
Thank
sound
you.
like a bird when
No,
I sound.
I sound. So I have worked alongside people that have been on the radio and stuff.
Yeah.
You can tell when you.
Oh, for sure.
When you talk to them, their voice is so silky and deep, and I was not blessed with that voice.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I had a follow one time. He like was up in front talking about something. I came and I was like, "Hey guys." That guy's voice was awesome. I'm here to talk about this. Okay, let's talk about our least favorite rides. Do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay, so let's go start in Hollywoodland.
So this one's a little, we kind of did a little weird turn.
Yeah,
on
so
this
there's
one.
technically only one attraction. So there's Mike and Sully's Adventures of Monsters
I
Inc.
don't really know. I always call it Monsters Inc.
No, it's Mike and Sully's in the name.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's Monsters Inc. And that's it, attractions wise. But there are 2 shows that we can maybe talk about, or 2 attraction-esque
Yeah.
things there. So to make it fun and exciting, let's talk about them, because if not, it's only one ride and that is lame. So there's PhilharMagic,
Mm-hmm.
which is a show.
Yes.
And then there's Animation Academy, which is kind of show-esque. I mean, there's like you can learn to draw in there. There's some meet and greets. Kind of unfair to compare all of them, but let's talk about our least favorite in the 3.
Building is Animation Academy.
It's called the Animation Academy.
I always thought it was the Imagination Room.
Yeah, you always call it, can you go to the Imagination Room? I'm like, I don't know what that means, but sure.
I must have been thinking of like Willy Wonka.
You're thinking about Figment.
Oh gosh.
Da.
Yeah.
Not a big Figment fan over here. Okay, what's your least favorite?
So this one's pretty easy for me. It's definitely PhilharMagic.
Yeah.
Again, it's not that it's a bad show, but when we love the Animation Academy, there's so many things to do. Well, there was so many things to do in there. Disney shut half of them down.
Yeah, I know.
But I love doing the actual animation class. We love going to Turtle Talk with Crush. It's so funny. I highly recommend going in there if you need to get out of the heat, if you want a good laugh. It's actually a really fun show. But PhilharMagic, I think we've seen it one time.
We saw it in Disney World
Yeah.
and you didn't like it that much. I think it's fun.
It's fun,
But you
but-
walked out like, meh.
It's meh. But
Yeah.
again, I could never go against Monsters, Inc. So
Yeah.
definitely PhilharMagic for
I'm
me.
going to agree with you. It's going to be easy for me, especially since PhilharMagic replaced The Muppet Show, which was 7,000 times better. Cannot believe they ripped that out of the park.
I'm over here saying I can't believe they took out the movie theater preview showings that they would do for like their new movies. That was my favorite thing ever in DCA.
Yeah, they did it there, and they did it at the Captain EO Theater way back in the day.
Okay.
Both were awesome, but the Captain EO Theater in Disneyland I thought was a little better.
Yeah. I don't
But-
remember ever seeing anything in there.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
The
we
Honey,
saw-
I Shrunk the Kids.
Well, yeah, yes, it was that as well.
Yeah, that's that building, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
I always remember like the DCA one, but like seeing the Beauty and the Beast,
Yeah.
like live action
Da, da, da,
trailer.
da, da.
Oh, so good.
Okay, let's move on to Avengers Campus. This one is easy again, I think. I mean, there's 2 attractions, right? There's
Yeah.
Guardians.
For now.
And for now, there's
Mhm.
a third. There's an e-ticket coming, right?
And then there's the other one coming.
There's
There's
another
2.
one. Yeah, you're
There's
right.
a spinning one, and then the one that's
Like it's Tony Stark's training center or something
that's
like
the
that.
spinning one that everyone's
Yeah.
like.
And then
freaked
there's
out
the
about.
e-ticket. Like,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, sorry. Okay, so yes, there's going to be 4 there eventually, but right now there's only 2. It is Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout and Web Slingers.
Yeah.
Womp womp. I think you know what our answer is.
Yeah. Web Slingers, I know a lot of people love that ride. It's just not our favorite. It's one of those things where I'm like, I kind of just got bored.
We did it once, and I think we were kind of one and done. I'm not a giant fan. I don't want to sweat on a ride, and I do on that ride because
Well,
it's so physically demanding.
It's not just that.
And it's a
That's not-
game. I can play video games at home. I don't want to play a video game at
Well,
the
and
park.
I feel like that's not the reason we don't like it. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I feel like we're just doing like the same thing the whole time where it's not, I don't know. People get very competitive, which I understand, which speaking of, I think Jordan and Daniel have like the high score every time
really?
they go. I don't know. I think every time I hear them, I'm like, I'm so jealous.
Like an arcade, you put
Yeah.
in your 3 initial
Yeah.
things.
But it's one of those things where it's not a bad ride. It's just not our favorite. I'd prefer
Meh.
to go on Guardians. I'm like, you can't beat Guardians.
Yeah.
It's just a thrill.
They could level it and put something else in there, and I would not be upset. Also, we didn't do news this week, but I think I've heard they're revamping that show. The Spider-Man show, he flies the animatronic.
Yes, I saw that as well.
Yeah, so I think they're taking out parkour Spider-Man up there. And I think they're going to have more. I think they're just going to do he flips in the air, lands, and then he comes out for meet and greet right afterwards. He doesn't do that little roll around on boxes show.
I love that.
It's kind of lame, man.
Oh my gosh. I remember when that came out, I posted a reel and I was all excited because he was like flipping around. He's doing somersaults.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, you know what?
It doesn't look like if it was done like edited like a movie, we'd be like, this is the coolest thing ever. But seeing it in real life, you're like, it's okay.
What? I
It's impressive.
disagree.
I couldn't do half of it, but it's okay.
I would love to see you do it. I would pay.
It'd be very lame. Okay, let's head over to Cars Land.
Ooh, this is another easy one for me.
Okay, so we've got Maters,
Mhm.
we've got Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters, and we've got Radiator Springs Racers, which is the big e-ticket, very fun ride. So again, I think everyone knows our answers. It's kind of easy.
Yeah.
Luigi's.
Definitely Luigi.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's fun.
Yeah. I
It's
feel
really
like
pretty at night.
it's very pretty at night, especially with all like the lights and everything. But I feel like this is one of those rides where I'm like, Disney could have done way better.
Yeah, so remember it originated as it started. John Lasseter was a huge fan of the old alien like floating saucer
Saucer
things
things,
way
yeah.
back in the I think 60s or 70s when it was there. And so he wanted to recreate that kind of a 21st century version. And so they were big tires at the time.
Right.
It was still Luigi's themed,
Mhm.
but you were in big tires and you kind of floated around. And you started off with beach balls, and enough guests started getting smacked in the head with them that they took them away shortly after.
How fun.
And the tires stayed, and then they were way too heavy and they didn't work half the time. The fans didn't work half the time. That
Oh, okay.
kind of elevated them.
Yeah.
And so now we have this, which is
Yeah.
basically a trackless kind of dancey thing.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's okay.
The music's fun.
Yeah. If you've got kids, it's a fun ride.
But again, Radiator Springs Racers, come on. That is like one of the
So
best
good.
rides.
One of the best rides.
And
yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I love Maters. Like it's really, really fun.
It's great. The songs are fun. Kids love it. You're smacking
Yeah.
into the person you're sitting next to. Really good time.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Let's go to, so San Francisco Square, I just have to make a note. There are no attractions here. It's just one big, basically, food land
Mhm.
and a meet and greet and a little shop.
Yeah.
So no attractions. So we're
Mhm.
going to skip over San Francisco Square, even though it's an amazing land. No attractions to talk about there. Let's go to Pixar Pier, formerly known as Paradise Pier.
Yes.
All right.
I'm interested to see if we got the same one on this one.
Okay, so let's just go through the list here. We've got Incredicoaster. We've got the Inside Out ride, Emotional Whirlwind.
Mhm.
We've got Jesse's Critter Carousel
Mhm.
and
Midway Mania.
Midway Mania.
And the
Midway Mania.
what is it called?
Oh, sorry,
Mickey's
the-
Fun Wheel.
Mickey's Fun Wheel,
Mhm.
the Wheel of Death, whatever they call it.
Mhm.
That one's fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about our least favorite. You go.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Inside Out, Emotional Whirlwind.
What?
I love the ambiance of the ride, but I don't like that they just took that ride from Bugs Land and
See,
slapped
that's
it.
what I like. Okay, I was gonna say that was gonna be my vote. I do like that they repurposed it because I loved Bugs Land.
No, the Inside Out is such a
Oh,
classic
that's
movie now.
sad.
Especially with the hype over the second one, they knew that was going to be coming out.
You're
they could have done
sad.
something so.
You've ruined
again,
my night.
It's I'm not saying that like it's not a good ride because again at night it's all lit up and it's so pretty, but I'm just kind of like really
No, see, I'm gonna go with Jesse's Critter Carousel.
okay. So I thought that was a good option,
No, it's okay. It's just it's a carousel. How cool is a carousel?
but you got to think of the littles though.
100%. But I'm also, I guess, like really
'Cause I
small kids.
feel-
Because okay.
I have to say, and people might go, "What?" I think the Critter Carousel. I prefer that one over the one in I know King
Disneyland?
Arthur's.
Okay.
Just because there's nothing wrong with it. I think my mind just goes straight to Maddie Oh, we went on
No, we went on the Disneyland version with Maddie. We went with Happiest Hour on Earth.
Chris and Emily.
Chris and Emily and their kid.
son. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
their
was
son.
so fun.
This-
I loved it. I love how they're animated, all like the creatures, or not the creatures, the animals. It's just a cute ride. And I love that Jesse's just standing out there.
It's
like,
fun.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun for kids, but if I had to pick, it's a carousel. So not super
I get
exciting,
it.
not very theme parky. It's very amusement park.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go that. Not to say it's bad. We had a good time.
Right.
I'm just gonna have to go with that one.
No, I agree.
Okay. Let's go to Paradise Gardens Park, everyone's favorite part of this.
Gosh.
It's just the theming's really weird. It's still left over from DCA version 1 back when it opened.
Mhm.
Has really been left untouched, so it's kind of weird compared to the rest of the park. All IP based and stuff. This one still doesn't really have a home. So this is Goofy Sky School. This is Golden Zephyr. This is Jumpin' Jellyfish, Ariel's Undersea Adventure,
And Silly Symphony.
and Silly Symphony Swings. So good rides.
Yeah.
Just
and the jump. You said jumping
I
jellyfish?
did say Jumpin'
Okay.
Jellyfish. I went on that with a friend, both in our at that time late 20s. Caitlin decided not to go on, so it was just me and my buddy on there, and we were waving at Caitlin like she was our mom. So we're doing it.
It's I have to admit, I really like that ride.
It's fun.
It's especially at night. Like
Yeah.
I highly recommend. You have to go up because you can see just like the pier.
And the little ones, it's a fun ride for
It's
them.
so fun. I'm honestly gonna say the Silly Symphony Swings.
Okay.
I'm just
I don't
kinda
blame
like,
you.
what? The Golden Zephyr, that's fun. Like you can go around and like you can see the pier. It looks like you're flying. No,
I disagree. Okay, so you went Silly Symphony Swings. I don't like this ride either because it makes me sick. Not
Right.
its fault, but at least it has a Disney theme. Golden Zephyr, I don't even know what that is. It doesn't fit in the park today. What does that mean?
I agree. I'm not really doing theme based. I'm more of like the actual attraction. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, would you rather be in the Golden Zephyr? Would you rather
No.
be swinging in a circle?
The swings, the Zephyr's a circle too.
No, I know, but you're like in a swing.
I know because I feel it's a little more thrilling because you're just in a swing versus this big ride
Yeah,
vehicle.
I guess I could see that.
So, okay, I'm not no wrong answers.
Mm.
I'm just making the argument that
Yeah.
Golden Zephyr is a inferior attraction.
Honestly, I think they both should go.
Yeah, they both aren't great.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be upset if they took either out.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick,
Yeah.
yeah. But Goofy Sky School, I know some people would probably pick that because it is terrifying. That used to be called Mulholland Madness
Oh my gosh.
back DCA V1. I remember because it was my first trip and I rode it and I was like, I'm going to die. So
I've never been on it.
you've been on Goofy Sky School, right?
No,
Yeah.
sorry, I meant the swings
Oh, the swings.
and the Zephyr.
I've been on the swing. No, we went together on the swings. We both walked off very sick from it.
I thought that was at Six Flags.
No, no, I don't know. Maybe it
I'm
was Six
telling
Flags.
you, my brain after having Maddie, it's literally gone.
Okay,
Zip, zap.
we'll
gone.
move on. Not great. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's go to Grizzly Peak. The last.
This one I feel like is the hardest by far.
This is hard. So there's two attractions here. You've got
Grizzly
River
River
Run
and Soarin'.
and Soarin' over the world, sometimes over California, the better version. But Soarin' versus Grizzly River Run. This is hard. I'm going to have to go Grizzly River Run as my least favorite, only because we ride this once every 5-6 visits because you get soaking wet. It is so much fun, but I don't want to be sopping wet. And
Yeah.
so Soarin', I can go on any time, and it is really, really, really good.
Yeah. It's hard though because Grizzly River Run is such a great ride, but you're right. It's the getting wet aspect of it. That I'm like,
It's so
"Ugh."
pretty and it's so fun to watch. I think it's actually more fun to watch from that little bridge
Yeah.
and
to
watch people get
mhm.
soaked and the geyser hit them. I get way more enjoyment out of watching people just get, and they're having fun,
Yeah.
and just watching them get absolutely soaked and we're all laughing. They're laughing.
And it's a pretty ride too.
It's so pretty.
But I have to admit though, that riding that ride at night, which we've talked about in previous episodes, it is so fun. And especially if you're doing like Caleb and I love doing that as like the last ride of the night. Because if you get, it's like going on Tiana's. If you get soaking wet, you just go back to the hotel
Yeah.
at the end of the night. So that's usually what we try and do. But you're right, we don't ride it a lot. So I put that one as well. But I do have to say, I like Soarin' Around the World. I don't love the Around the World. I do wish they still had Soarin' over California. And I wish the Disney World one was Around the World
I agree.
and just kept it that way. Because
I
I think
agree.
it'd be fun to kind of go to like both coasts because it's more fitting. Disney World, Soarin' Around the World. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
don't know.
I like the California one way better.
Yeah.
I think what they have to do, I think they should go back and refilm the California version in HD because it's probably HD, but it's like it's way lower quality,
yeah.
than over the world or whatever. So I think if they did that, they would probably maybe make it permanent. I
Yeah.
don't know, but that costs a lot of money and time. So they stick with over the world most of the year. But yes, both awesome attractions. We're going to go with Soarin' as our favorite because it's a great ride.
I love it.
The line's kind of lame outside though.
I think it's one of the worst queues. I
The
literally
switchbacks-
despise.
The switchbacks outside are just not well themed and boring and hot because you're out there in the sun.
And not just that, like when you're out there, it's like 45 minutes. I feel like you spend 45 minutes just outside.
I know it's lame.
And then once you walk down like the main corridor with all like the photos of everybody,
You
then when
feel like
get
you're
in-
making a lot of progress, and then you go to a screeching halt.
once
in
you
the,
turn down
Yeah.
either to the left or the right, and it's like I feel like you're in there for another 25 minutes.
It's so true.
And it's like you can't see anything, so you never know when the cast member is going to tell you to go,
Yeah.
and then you have to wait again when you get to
I know.
like the ABC.
It's a lot
queues.
of waiting, and I think it's just a mind thing. And you lose cell phone reception when you're in that building.
Yeah.
So when I'm trying to catch
Oh,
up on my
geez.
stuff, I just can't get my updates.
Oh, good.
It's pretty lame. All right. That brings us to the end of our episode. Thank you so much for listening. You can find us over on Instagram and Threads at Market House Podcast. Make sure to follow us over there for pictures from the park and exciting news and announcements. Please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Both are a huge help to the show. If you want to join our Patreon, you can. If you don't worry about it. But you can do that over on our website, markethousepodcast.com/support. And it's also linked in our episode description. Also, remember to use our Getaway Today link for your future trip bookings. Check out the episode details for that link and use code MarketHouse10 for an additional $10 off. And also, don't forget to join us over on Instagram, Market House Podcast, to join our fundraiser. So Give Kids the World, doing that. We'd love to have you join us, and let's raise some money for that amazing organization. Join us next week for another episode. Possibly, might be skipping, maybe. We'll see. We'll be out of town.
We'll keep you posted on
We'll
Instagram.
keep you posted on Instagram, but we'll do our best to get one up. All right. Have a good one. It's been fun. It's been filled with Christmas magic. Great. Bye.